There we go. How's everybody doing? Now I think I'm up and running. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Vernon. Thanks for putting up with me, guys. Mike, Mark, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Ed, good morning. Emmett, Philip. Hey, Philip, glad you're here this morning. Good morning, Nate. That's the only names I can see there. Here I can scroll up. Hey, Gold. Good morning, Lynn, Joe, Daryl, Bill, Roger. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, let's take a look at what we've got going on here. Um, Man, I don't know about you guys. Got up this morning. First thing I saw, the futures are down, and ouch, that was kind of a bummer. It kind of put in the screws to my game plan today, but that's okay. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. Yeah. So it looks like here on the SPY that we're coming down a little bit more. So far, we're not down to yesterday's low. We're holding above that 50% mark right there, just measuring from the lows to the highs. We still have a low, high, higher low. I mean, overall in the market, still moving up, um, just kind of choppy. There's the weekly, playing with a doji right now on the weekly. It could be good, could not be good. We need to see what happens going forward here. The diamonds are a bit underwater. To me, we're trapped between what I'm going to call here, the trap between the trend indicator and the 50 period moving average. We're going to need to break out of one of those. Below the 50 is going to be bearish, obviously, right? Above the trend indicator or the red dots turning it green could turn us back bullish again. We'll see. IWM. IWM, that's still once again trapped between the 50 and the trend indicator. One good thing about that, I see a doji here, and I think there's still some pretty good momentum here. So we'll see. We have a long day ahead of us. A lot of things could happen. The cues are set up for a nice PBO, pullback opportunity. Low, high, pullback. We're holding above the trend indicator here. Nice little doji. So that could spark something. SMH, that's still for the most part bullish. IYT transports, look at that. I mean, that's still looking really good here. So we've got some things on our side. Let's see, what am I missing? RSP. RSP is a little bit down. VXX. This troubles me, and we talked about this yesterday. This troubles me a little bit, where VXX, we're now above the trend indicator. We're about to pull, well, we have really pull the T line above the trend indicator as well. So we take out that 50 period moving average, and that could be a problem. Yeah, that could be a problem. So be a little careful with the market. Be a little careful with your positions. It's okay to go to cash. It's okay. Cash is a position if you're unsure. If if you're in question, you're better to play it safe than gamble, because the gamble can be awfully, awfully expensive. All right. Oh, that hype button is finally there. Let's see. I watched your video last night. The hype button is finally there. I'm gonna hype button. Thank you very much, Vernon. I'm gonna have to check that out. That's all news to me there. Appreciate it. Hey, Roger. Good morning. That's your position right now in cash. That may not be a bad idea. So I guess we're getting a new Fed chair, right? That's been announced. I would kind of have thought the market would have loved that, because that's a guarantee lower the rate right there. I mean, that's slam dunk. Day one is hugs and kisses, champagne, make nice. Day two is lower rates probably. So I would have thought the market would have liked that, unless it's all baked in. Anyway, all right, let's look at some charts. USAR, one of my favorites. USAR. Here we've pulled back here. We're looking at the an 817 trap right now. This is one of the charts the scans that I scan for. So we could have a pullback opportunity. Buying, for me, it's, if we start moving up higher, there may be a lot of people already buying it right in here. So I think that's looking pretty good. How about some RDW? Look at RDW. Nice little pullback. We're in that 3-8 trap right now. Um, we still need to get through that. We'll call that the first target up there, 1440. Second target's up there about 1650-ish, something like that. So I think that's a good one. Rig oil's in the news today, so maybe we should look at a little bit of rig. I've got a couple others on here. I didn't focus on energy. It's just what came up on the scan, the top few. I don't look at everything in there. Otherwise, we'd be here all day looking at ticker symbols for me. So, again, don't forget, you guys, if you have any, just post them out there. You know what? T2123, forgot to look at this. This is the close as of yesterday. So we could be down a little bit. The way the market's pushed down, we could be down, but it might not be down so much that's going to harm us. Yesterday, it showed strength moving up. So that's looking pretty good there. Hey, Daryl, USAR. I've got it. You've got it gapping up. I've got it. Well, I guess if you're taking it from the low, I guess you're right, I suppose. I've got it sitting here at about, what, $23. Unless mine is bad. That could be. Google here. Google, I think, is still set up nice. The problem, it has earnings coming on the 4th. I'm showing you this because I'm still holding GGLL. I do not plan to hold that through earnings. So, and I am, I don't even, yeah, here, let me change this. Yeah, I'm green on it right now, and I really don't want to lose that. Well, I might not be when it on the gap down here, but I will not be holding that through earnings. Amgen, look at Amgen here. Amgen, we've got a nice rally up, nice little pullback here, and that could be set up to take that next move up. Here's the weekly chart on Amgen, and I think that looks really good for a possible breakout here. Remember, the market needs to be on our side. So, if you're buying something, if some of these, you like and you buy them, or anything you look at and you're buying, make sure that market is on your side. And on your side means we're still showing some bullishness here. Okay. Very important. If we show bearishness, the market is not on your side. And remember, my little 6-year-old, she knows that. She knows that red is not good. Red belongs to the bears. She knows that. So I know we should know it. NVIDIA, let's take a look at NVIDIA here. There's NVIDIA. NVIDIA, to me, is looking really, really well. And this could be very, very good for the market. So NVIDIA looks like it might be ready to move up higher. I see nothing but bullishness. Now, it needs to get through this level, no doubt about it. And then we'll look at this 196.15 as the next target up, and then we'll reevaluate from there. But that's looking pretty good. Now, some folks, if you can't trade NVIDIA because of the $190 stock price, what is it? NVDL. There you go. NVDL. At $90, that's a little less, but that's also setting up just like NVDA. Take a look at SLB. SLB has had a nice pullback. Could be a PBO pullback opportunity right through here. Stop is real simple. We start getting below, turning that green dot red. That's something I do not want, do not like, and do not want to trade unless we're trading short. So right now, this could be setting up. Another favorite. PBO opportunity, pullback opportunity, heading up. We need to clear that top. Once we do, we have a target up here about 32, 33, maybe something in there. Yeah, did she give private coaching lessons? I could ask her. Let's look at some Wells Fargo too. I know that. Well, let's look at XLF first. I know XLF is down, but we could be in a pretty good, bounce area here as well. I'm more rather than I'm not going to focus on XLF. I'm going to focus on the individual stocks. And Wells Fargo here, might be trying to move up. Um, so if we were to, let's take this high and take this low right here. We get through this 50% mark right there, then Wells Fargo might have a chance to come back up. And that's what I'll be looking for. And if we look at this right here, so far we've had nothing but a move up. Inside day right now, I would like to see. I I mean, that might be the little pullback we need, but to me, it looks like we're going here, and once we get there, then I expect a nice little consolidation area, and then that would be some good money right through there. So I'm gonna keep my eyes on Wells Fargo. Also, Bank of America is another one that I like. That's not it. Bank of America is another one that I like, um, and we can do this right here. There we go. So right in here is that 50% retracement. We need to get to the 50 first, but I think we could be putting a bottom in here. I've got an alert set right there for a buy. I'll lower that, I think, a little bit later once we get going in the morning. I'll get that a little bit lower. Quick drink. Thank you. What else do we have? Oh, let's take a look at Apple, okay? So Apple is on my list. I would love to buy some Apple. So I'm watching this pretty close. Um, let's see here. So we have the bottom end. Um, we have a close to a double bottom there, I guess. And then we're up, and then we pull back here, right? And then we shot up last night up into here, and it pulled back. So I start seeing some bullish activity. I think what I'm going to do is set that mark right there and set that alert. Now I know a lot of people are probably there it is. Probably already in this, maybe even looking to buy a pre-market down here. I'm just going to wait. I want that bullishness. I chase bullishness. I don't chase hope. So I chase bullishness. So bullishness. And then we'll look at that. And I'm just going to use the whole 50 period moving average and that 50% retracement. And then the next target up would be right here. So I'll be watching that. AAPU is actually what I will trade right here. That's actually what I'll trade. And that, man, that's about 12% up there. And this is the area this would need to get through. I like that better, man. So I'm going to set that alert right there. There we go. Stuff in the way here. There we are. And then the last one that I have this morning is Irene. Irene is set up. I know Coach was in this yesterday, was in it. Maybe a few other people got in it low. I think this is maybe a good idea. I'm going to be watching this one. Irene here. Again, it's going to have to show me bullishness, but it's set up for that. We're in that pullback opportunity. It's all going to be about what the market does. We need the market on our side. If the market is weak, 80% of all stocks are going to be weak. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is, and you can't fight that. Accept it. Become a better trader. All right, let's see here. You guys have a few. Let's see. Cake looks good. Cake is always good, man. Cake is my thing. No kidding. True story. I told my wife last night, I said, man, I sure would like some cake. She said, well, there's a roll of sugar cookies in the refrigerator. I didn't want to cook them. That was too much effort. So I ate a couple sugar cookie doughs things. But yeah, yeah, cake is setting up. So yeah, cake is actually setting up pretty good. Let's flag that. Yeah, cake is setting up real good. When's earnings? Earnings is on the 18th. That's the only problem right there. Weekly's looking good. Nice little pullback. Watch for that bullishness, especially if we take out yesterday's candle at 59.45. That looks terrific. I like that. Some Boyle, huh? Yeah, Boyle's trying to move up. This is kind of like, what do they call this? The Widowmaker stock here, UNG, the Widowmaker stock. Yeah, it's trying to move up here a little bit. We're almost around a bottom breakout. Watch the 200 period moving average. But everything does show that it's trying to move up. I think we need to be above right there. right there somewhere. Why didn't that work? Um, hmm. Oh, I'm on the weekly. Hold on here. There we go. Yeah, we need to be above that 200 period moving average, I think. Watch for a little consolidation right here. That's what I think. Nancy, you bought some UNG yesterday. Way to go. Yeah, that's up nice. Right here, this is the 500 period moving average right there. So if we can get through that, this could be golden to move higher. There's the weekly chart. And the weekly chart, what a nice bottom on that weekly chart. So getting through the 50 on the weekly, getting through the 500 on the daily, that could be very, very, very nice for this chart, UNG here. So let's keep an eye on that one. Thank you very much. BK is a nice chart. It is. Yeah, BK is. Yeah. Um, I would think that 122.50 is going to be pretty darn important. If you take a look at that, here we've got this head and shoulder going on. So we probably need to be above that to get out of that little mess right there. So that's what I would keep my eye on BK. All right, let's move this over. Hey, Vernon, you're looking at some Boeing short. Yeah. Yeah, that's a definite yeah. So let's look at a 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, 5-day. Yeah. No real candlestick signal to speak of, but it sure is toppy up here. I guess we could look at those up there. Pair of dojis fail. Sort of an evening star kind of thing. Yeah. Failed wick up here. 50 period moving average. Dead cold target is what I would look for. Absolutely dead cold target. Boom, right there. That's a nice chart. Thank you, Vernon. Appreciate it. Hey, good morning, Hot Stocks. Vernon, you got into Wells Fargo yesterday. Nice. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. Yeah, I think Wells Fargo's got some mojo going in here. So, yeah, let's keep an eye on that. Way to go. Oops, I didn't flag that, did I? Sophie, Hot Stocks looking at Sophie long. Um, Only if it has follow through. So, itself, really, all a candlestick by itself is, when we're in, and I'm going to call this very oversold down low. All that is, hey, look at me. That's all it is. That is all it is, nothing more. So we still have to respect the fact that we're in one hell of a downtrend. Um, you got to respect the fact that's one truly is. I mean, this is printing bearishness all over. Are we going to turn around here? And that's where the follow through comes in. So we need to see the trading above that candle right in there is what I would look at. Um, Cloud. The cloud, we're well under the cloud here. Um, we're well under the cloud. I'm going to remove this line now. So if we start moving up, I would be very, very cautious, which that's probably a good penny. That's 9%, on some follow through. So we've got that 50 period moving average. I would be a little cautious there. Okay. Hey, Phil, hang tight. Ask these questions once the market opens up. Okay, and I'll be glad to help you. But this is live out there, so I can't really go into all that. All right. Thank you for asking, and I won't forget. All right. So we have a new member there, and I love his excitement. Asks lots of questions, so thank you very much. So anyway, I would be. You know what? You can keep it. You can have Sophie when then I'll look at it. But right now, I don't know about it. Anyone else have any other stock we'll look at? I could probably find more. Wouldn't be too hard. I don't think I talked about car. A little interested in car right here. I think car is setting up very nice. Yesterday, I thought it was real nice. And then here today, we're down, but look how much we've come back up. And I think there's still gas in that car. So and I probably should look at it, right? I'm very interested in ASTS. I'm already in this. This one is going to make the difference on whether I'm up somewhere between 100 I don't know, 190% in 12 months, or will I hit my 200% in 12 months on the road to wealth account? It's all about that stock right there. So my eyes on this. So everybody, cross your fingers, push it up for me, will you? No, I can't. I can't tell you to do that. Don't do that. Let's see. I don't think we looked at. Oh, here's one. You guys, anyone here ever trade GameStop? Probably a few people did. But GameStop seriously is setting up. Um, Nice big move to the upside. And here we are pushed back here, uh, setting up in a 3-8 trap right now. Here's the weekly chart on GameStop. And if you look at this, look how we've rallied up, right? And then we've just kind of boxed in right there. I think that's a good sign. Uh, and so start looking at the weekly, the upside potential up here around 35. Um, you can see that all in the daily. It just looks, I like it on the weekly, looking at that bottom it's creating. So, let's keep an eye on GameStop. NVO is one. Look at that. Pulled back, possible PBO setup there. Yeah. Hey, Daryl, you're looking at SO. Yeah, look at that. I mean, if you look at that overall trend to the upside, rounded bottom breakout. We're sitting in the middle of the cloud here, and here we are. We've rallied up, and that straight consolidation right here. Let me draw on this a little bit. So here we're up, and then look at that box that we've built in there. So that up, watch. I mean, this long pop out of the box, buying inside the box, and of course, buying on the breakout of the box as well. Very nice chart. Thank you. Hey Joe, you like that RDW? Yeah, nice stair step up, isn't it? Low, high, higher, low. Beautiful. And that's where we are again. Another higher low. Very, very nice. Let's see here. Intel. Look at Intel. I think was upgraded with a $60.30 target. I don't know where in the world they got their 30 cents. I'm going to start listening to them forever, I think. But low, high, nice consolidation on the Intel right in here. How about some RTX? That's holding up pretty well. Hey, Vernon, you're looking at some DG. Let's look at that. Yeah, DG. Vernon's got the short thing going on here, which I have to tell you, considering that maybe the market's getting a little tired and it's time. So we should probably look at that a little bit more, some of the short charts. But DG, that's another one that I think's got an absolute date, 6-7% to the downside. So that looks great. So we have this star high, a failed high, and now we're below the trend indicator. And it looks like the T line is going to slip down there. So I totally agree on that. KMB, is that B? Yeah. KMB, maybe short. Let's look at the cloud here. So we're trading below the cloud, and I think that's always good if you're looking short. If you look at the weekly, though, there may be there on the weekly. Let's go back. Let's go back here. And now let's take a look at the weekly. So we could be a bounce bottom. Not that it's going to go anywhere, but a little bounce bottom right in here. So just keep your eyeballs on that one, okay? Yeah. I don't know. Did we look at CR? There we go. We may have looked at that one already. I don't know. Does anyone have any others? If not, we can call it a morning here. Daryl, you're looking at some TFC. I want to thank everybody here. Oh, doggone it. I forgot to mention. Jeepers creep. I forgot to mention that inside Road to Wealth. On February 2nd and 3rd, we're going to be talking about the Road to Wealth account. And, today's the big day. This is the last day of my year, and change that number. But right now, as of last night, 1-year return is 191% in the road to wealth account. And that's what we're going to be talking about February 2nd and February 3rd. We're going to be talking about that a lot. And so I may have to change that. We'll see what that's going to be. But as of last night, that's what it was. Would love to see everybody register. Members, you do not have to register. Non-members of Hit and Run Candlesticks, if you could please register. You can find registration below the YouTube video, also on Facebook and Twitter. I think there's a few others out there, but that's only two that I really chase after. But some social media places. But love to have you there. Okay. All right, look, we got a few more charts here. Hey, Philip, you're looking at Red Cat. That's not it. That's it. Yeah. This is a nice PBO. I thought I had this. I'm going to put this on my very special list. Thank you. Now it's on my very special list. So Red Cat here is a very nice, I love it, little pullback right here. And it could be ready to go. I'm going to get rid of that thing right there. That means nothing to me. I'm actually going to get rid of this too. It means nothing. Let's look at that weekly. And I mean, if you look at the weekly, like in a real long term, I mean, this thing could have some huge possibilities here, massive possibilities. And you can see it's still climbing, still looking pretty good. So I think we're set up. Nice little pop up. Here we are down. We're kind of consolidating. It's going to have to stay above those green dots. For me to be a buyer, though, boy, it's going to have to be at least above that white line. You know what? I just saw it. This is what we're going to have to do. So, in fact, I'm going to take that off. I'm going to set an alert right there. So that's where I will consider buying it. And again, I buy different than most people. I'm not a bottom picker. There's nothing wrong with that. I tend to go after where the bulls are. So I want to see those bulls in there. Something like that. That could get me in there. One day that would be sweet, maybe, but something like that. Because what I'm going to be looking for myself is, the move up here. That's what I'm looking for. Nothing wrong with that if buying there. Just make sure that stop is in. And if I were buying in here, I would look at that stop. And but right now, we may see a little more weakness in here. I'm not so hyped up about this one right now. But get that alert. And by the way, that alert might change as we go forward the next few days, okay? But if you like it, if you wouldn't mind, keep your eyes on it and make sure you keep bringing us back to this one, all right? Appreciate it, Phil. Tall, T-A-L. I think that's a nice one. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, we talked about that one yesterday, I think. I think this was on a video last night that I did, if you watched it. So I'm going to move this line up right now because that is the low. So I think really a nice chart. And this candle hill here, I'm looking at on my other monitor, looking at the cloud over there. We just broke out of the cloud on this chart. So that might be a buy in here using 1240. And I'm talking about the way I would trade it, using 1240 as a stop, 13 and a quarter up here, maybe for a target, and then 1445. I'm going to look at the weekly chart. Yeah, we already did that. So right now, that's what I would look at for targets. And then maybe we get up to that 17, but that's over some time there. Anyway, LNG, and I think we're probably getting close to having to get out of here. I'm going to clean this up, do this all over again. Do that right there. So we're just about to that 50% retracement. We're so close to it, I'm probably not interested in buying it. Because usually what happens, and I say usually, usually doesn't mean 100%, although some people take it as that. But, let's get through there and then let's check out the rest. And then maybe we have a buy. That's what I would see. But I understand everybody's going after LNG gas right now. So that's that's a hot ticket at the moment. So we should keep our eyes on it. But that's what I would be looking at anyway. But right now, it looks pretty good right there, Rick. It looks real good. All right, it is time for me to check out of here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Remember to register for February 2nd and 3rd. Yeah. And members, I'll see you in the room in about 25, 30 minutes when the market opens up. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and absolutely appreciate it. You guys all have a safe day and a safe weekend coming up. All right. Good day to you. Thank you.